Hello everyone, welcome back. I just wanted to jump on here quickly and just share some thoughts with you guys. As many of you know, the Dimwit Duke of Montecito has been on the press circuit and doing interviews to promote his novel. Recently, he sat down with People magazine, and we were blessed with these photoshopped photos of him and some more whining about his life and how terrible his family is, and further exploiting his mother's memory to line his pockets, blah, 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 the usual. However, there was one interesting part within the interview that I wanted to share with you guys here. If you want to read the entire People interview, I'll post the link in the description box below. The article states, despite tensions that remain, Harry says he's hopeful for reconciliation with the royal family and wants his children to have meaningful relationships with the family as they grow up. I've said it before that I've wanted a family, not an institution. So of course I would love nothing more for our children to have relationships with members of my family, and they do with some, which brings me great joy, the ginger wanker tells People. If you guys recall, Archie was allegedly born in May, and the dastardly duo left the UK in November when he was about 6 months old. And Lily was born in the US, and even though little Lily has never met certain members of the royal family, Harold claims that she's been introduced to some of the family, which in my opinion, guys, I don't believe it. Do you guys believe any of the royals have formally met Harry's children? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'd like to really know what you guys think. Here's what I think. This is the same guy who says he doesn't see himself and his wife ever returning to the UK, yet he claims that he wants, because he always wants everything, right? He wants his children to have a relationship with his family. How? How is that possible? Obviously, the dimwit and his moaning harpy want everything on their own terms and are now using the children as pawns in their game to get what they want. Let's be honest, those two didn't even bother to take Archie up to Balmoral when Her Majesty was alive and they were invited. How does Harold expect his children to have any kind of relationship with his family when he and his wife have blown up and destroyed any chance of reconciliation? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but was it not Harold and Rachel's decision to quit and leave the royal family and move over 5,000 kilometers away because in their little amoeba brains they thought they were going to be the billionaire rock stars of the royal family? It was the duo who, from the moment they left UK soil, have been doing nothing but spreading vicious lies about the royal family and attacking them at every chance they get. If you recall, I made a video about 2 weeks ago called Meghan Complains About Archie's Denied Childhood. It was after the Netflix disaster had aired and a source close to the duo came out and claimed that Harry's wife was upset that Archie wouldn't have any close family members within the royal family and that they were denying him a childhood. Of course, it's always someone else's fault, and in this case, it's the royal family's fault that little Archie and Lily's parents are a couple of unhinged weirdos who have isolated their children from other family members, including her own, for the exception of Doria. If you guys would like to check out that video, I'll pop a link in the description box below. My point here is that every time the dim-witted duo try to drop grenades on the royal family and it spectacularly backfires on them, then they trot out the children to whine about them not knowing any other family members. This is just my opinion and common sense, but if these two wanted to be good parents, they would never put their children in the middle of their self-inflicted family feuds. Good parents would never involve their children in that sort of chaos when they're just innocent babies who don't have a dog in this fight. Archie and Lily could have had the same childhood as their cousins, but due to their parents' behavior, they are now paying the price. It wouldn't surprise me if the venomous duo filled their children's head with nothing but poison and hatred for the royals. And I hate to say this, but I wouldn't be surprised if Harry's wife was teaching the children to be friends with those who are higher up in the social status while treating others that they deem below them like absolute garbage. If Harry wanted a good childhood for his children, he would have put aside his petty, pathetic, childish grievances, worked on regaining some sort of trust within the family so his children could grow up with others their own age instead of security, camera crews, and random staff who keep coming and going like a revolving door. I know I joke at times and call Harold and Rachel's children phantom children, but at times like these, knowing that one parent is constantly collapsing into sobs and the other one has a raging drug problem laced with mental issues, knowing that those children are being used as pawns for their parents to exploit, makes me terribly sad inside for them. No child should miss out on having a close relationship with their extended families. Those two children are sadly surrounded by nothing but weirdos, in my opinion. And on that note, my friends, I want to know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Do you feel sorry for Harold and Rachel's children? And think about this. The only person they have around them is a sketchy individual like Doria. Imagine what they would learn from her. Yikes. I don't even think I want to think about that. It's quite scary, actually. Anyways, guys, I can't wait to read all your comments. I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for tuning in. Take care. Bye.
And he denies it. But he's detailing drug use, isn't he? Right up until the present day. And it seems to be very regular.
Absolutely. And I think on this point, you really got to remind people that his mother-in-law, Doria, when she met Meghan's father, was in fact a drug dealer. And one of the things, which all detailed in my book, is legally safe, don't worry. And one of the reasons that Thomas and Doria broke up was not only her very, very heavy drug use, but also she was selling it. And then, of course, she disappears for 10 years from Meghan's life, effectively. Legally, I can't tell you why. But there's no doubt that drugs played a big part in her life. And now I think drugs is still playing a big part in Harry's life, which